I can prove to you in a few short minutes that Call of Duty is unequivocally not dead. Hating on Call of Duty is something that everyone does and has been doing since the first Call of Duty 4 multiplayer dropped. It is what it is. People like to hate on Call of Duty, get mad, because Call of Duty is the best at giving you the dopamine hits, and when things go wrong and you don't get your dopamine hits, you get angry. But people like myself blame truth. No cinema! And many other Call of Duty YouTubers are making a lot of views and a lot of money. Okay, I'm not making any money. Please make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I got cancer treatment I gotta pay for it. Thank you! Not joking. By hating on Call of Duty, because hating on Call of Duty are easy views. So people like to make videos talking shit about it, and people love to watch videos of people trashing the game. But like I said in the beginning of this video, I will prove to you unequivocally that Call of Duty is in fact not dead. It's not. It's not. Trust me. First of all, I'm going to go here to Dr. Disrespect to show you something, because I've seen Blame Truth and many other people like to show you the Twitch numbers and how Twitch is so dead, Call of Duty's down so bad on Twitch. Now, if you go to the browse feature on Twitch, like I said, that people love to use to show that Call of Duty's down, no one's watching Twitch anymore. You'll go down here and see the Call of Duty Warzone. It has 44.1 thousand viewers way the hell down here, right? Oh my god, Call of Duty's dead. None of the big names who played Call of Duty before stream on Twitch anymore. The biggest name you got is Symphony and this dude TP streaming with only 4.6 thousand viewers, which, I mean, that's a lot of people for 99.9% of people who stream. Those are big numbers, but in comparison to the other actual big streamers, it's nothing. Showed you earlier, Dr. Disrespect here. When he streams to 30, 40, 25, 50,000 people concurrently, because the biggest streamers are now on YouTube when it comes to Call of Duty. 14 hours ago, he streamed Call of Duty. It has 563,000 views. Not a dead game. When he goes to Tarkov, how many views does he have? 304. Almost half the amount of views. So if Call of Duty is so dead, how does a game like Tarkov have half the views? Then he goes to Tarkov, 420,000. Hawk, 450,000. Brand new game, Tarkov, 392. Goes to Call of Duty, 748,000 views. The point is that Call of Duty gets the biggest views out of every single game streaming next to Fortnite. Tim the Tap Man is no different. He streams Call of Duty and gets hundreds of thousands of views. Yes, when he did some Fortnite way back here, he got a lot of views as well, because Fortnite, I would say, probably is a bigger game than Call of Duty at this point. But the two biggest multiplayer games in the world right now are Call of Duty and Fortnite. Call of Duty is not dead in any way whatsoever. Using Twitch as a metric to say that, oh, Call of Duty is dead, look at how many low numbers are Twitch, is cherry picking the stats to show that Call of Duty is dead, because that's what gets you views on YouTube, and hating on Call of Duty is very popular. Another thing, because people are old who are making these hate videos, present company included, time has passed them by. Not really keeping up with the times and how things have changed, and not really realizing that social media isn't what it used to be, and TikTok is huge for Call of Duty. You tell me this then. Let me tell you this. I go type in Warzone for Call of Duty. This video was uploaded on March 7th. It has 27, right here. You see that? 27.4 million views. One day ago, 350,000 views. 1 week ago, 560,000 views. I don't know who the fuck these kids are, but this is TikTok. This is where the people are. YouTube is not a huge social media when it comes to Call of Duty, apparently. Other websites are where people are watching content. It's 9 million views. One day ago, 270,000 views. So I will finish the video by saying this, that Call of Duty is not in the best place it's been in the history of the franchise. Definitely not. People are saying that cheating in the game is destroying it, and there's hackers everywhere, and I will say that subjectively, I have not run into barely any hackers. I still play Resurgence. I run into a ton of sweats. I run into a bunch of people who play this game like it's super serious. But you know what? That doesn't mean they're cheating. It doesn't mean the game's washed. It doesn't mean it's wrecked. It just means things have changed. Times have changed. If you don't like to take Call of Duty seriously, I don't blame you. I think they're dorks. But that's what the community is nowadays. And people who are complaining about the current situation of Call of Duty, people who are not liking Call of Duty, who cry about the skins and cry about just everything they can find in Call of Duty, are just not keeping up with the times. Speaking of the skins, I see a lot of people crying, complaining about the skins, and I don't really get that, because there's nothing in the shop that is pay to win. And if you don't like the skins, well, the real easy solution is don't buy them. You aren't being forced to buy them. You aren't being forced to buy the battle pass. The game is almost exactly the same to you if you do or don't buy any of the cosmetics or any of the items from the shop. And people also like to use the excuse that, oh my god, they're wasting so much time on the cosmetics because that's where they make all their money, are also full of shit. We have more content now than we ever did in Call of Duty before. I know that's hard to believe, but it's not. Back in the old days with Call of Duty, we never had Warzone. We never had any kind of battle royale. We had multiplayer, and then we had zombies. In the very first Call of Duty 4, we didn't have zombies at all. We just had plain multiplayer and a single player campaign. Once again, nowadays we have a multiplayer, a single player, barely, not very good, fair enough, zombies, and a battle royale. On top of that, we actually do, by the end of the year, get more content with all the seasons, all the skins, all the new maps, all the new guns they're constantly adding. When you look at it from an objective point of view, we have more content, as hard as it is to believe, we have more content now than we ever had in Call of Duty before. But yes, people, young or old, are going to complain about Call of Duty. That has always happened. If you go back and watch old videos on YouTube and search up videos from 10, 12 years ago, you will see almost the same complaints, or complaints that were specific to that time period, like aim assist, hit registration. Hit registration now is EOM. Back in the old days, people played Call of Duty and the hit registration sucked and you would shoot first but die first. People now say that's EOMM. Back in the old days, we didn't know what EOMM was. We just thought it was poor hit detection, shitty servers, and things like that. But we really actually don't know the real numbers behind Call of Duty, because the only metrics we've ever been able to find are Steam. And we all know that no one plays Call of Duty on Steam. Anyone who plays Call of Duty on PC uses Battle.net. I don't know a single person in my entire life or world that uses Steam who has ever used Steam. Everybody is on Battle.net. At the same time, competition for online shooters is much higher than it ever was before in the history of Call of Duty. We have Apex Legends, Fortnite, Valorant, Battlefield, etc., etc. So obviously there's more people to be spread out among the player bases when it comes to first-person shooters. But yet to sit here and try to say that Call of Duty is dead is just false. To say that cheating is ruining the game is just false. Yes, cheating is a big problem. Ricochet anti-cheat sucks when it comes to Call of Duty. But at the end of the day, you go watch Tim the Tap Man, or Zlanner, or Doctor's Respect, or any Nick Merckx, for example. I forgot about Nick Merckx streaming on Kick now. You go watch these streamers, how often do they actually run into cheaters? Not very often. But yes, cheating is a problem. And yes, the game could be better. But to say the game is dead is just false. And people mostly are doing it for views and clicks because it gets a lot of attention when you make hate Call of Duty videos. But it's the psychology of humans, and that's how the world works, and that's how the human mind works, is that we are drawn to negative information, negative news. That's why most news you see isn't good news, because every single day amazing things are happening out in the world, amazing things are happening in the Call of Duty world, if you really want to be honest, but those kind of videos don't get views, or they do get views, but videos that are negative, news stories that are negative, get most views because it's the evolutionary trait that humans have. We are drawn to bad news because we have to have that to survive. If we don't have that built into us to be paying attention to negative news, negative information, negative inputs, it is dangerous for us as we're hunter-gatherers living in the world, and even today. So it is a genetic and a evolutionary trait that humans have, which is we pay more attention to bad news than good news. So when you're watching videos, when you're living in the world, when you're on social media, all the bad news is amplified in your own mind as well as on social media, and it's just a cycle that keeps perpetuating itself, and things aren't as bad as you are led to believe on every front, whether it be gaming to politics to anything. Reality is subjective, not objective. That's just my opinion, but I think I provided enough evidence to at least make you think about it a little bit more. I'm Ghost of 8, Stay Black, Question Authority, and let the Honey Cracker telling you